Welcome to Besties and Bubbles.
Welcome, friends. Thanks for tuning in. Is it tuning?
I
Is like a dial.
Tuning in, joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
Cheers, friends.
Cheers. I'm enjoying my little tiny bubbles in mine. They're making little fancy shapes.
They're little swirls, and it's podcast day. We love podcast day. We really do.
I've been looking forward to it all day.
Yeah. Same.
And
Same.
I've been dying to tell you this story.
Okay.
I want to get your reaction. I told you I was going to tell you this story. I told you a story.
You did.
I did something so dumb. And I can laugh at myself.
Okay. I feel like we all do dumb things.
This is pretty dumb.
Okay. Well, now you're going to get my real unedited, unrehearsed reaction.
Exactly. That's what I wanted. I wanted everyone to see my best friend's reaction to something I did that was so dumb. So I got a new Yeti.
Okay.
Right? I got that graphite looking dark gray Yeti, right? So I got that probably 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Okay.
And I just put water in it. So I maybe 2 days and then I'll switch to another one.
Sure.
And so it's been to the dishwasher several times.
Okay.
I have to get new glasses.
Yes.
Okay. So I went to the eye doctor. I'm getting new glasses because in my day-to-day, I can see okay. But up close, I'm struggling. It's a fine thing.
Right.
Like I can't see certain things up close unless my glasses are on.
Right. But it's also the challenge of then seeing up close and then seeing far. It's different than just putting readers on to read something.
Exactly.
Yes.
With readers on, I can see everything up close.
Right.
But when I'm going about my day, I'm missing details of things.
Right.
I was drinking out of the water bottle and sipping on it, and I was FaceTiming Jason actually, and I was like, it's so weird how the straw is like the film is coming off of it. And he's like, the film is coming off of it? And then I had my glasses and I looked down and there was an arrow for me to peel the coating off of the straw 3 weeks ago. I've been sucking on it and it's been to the dishwasher.
Okay.
It was white.
It was what? The coating was white?
Yes! Like the seal was, it was like a protective coating.
Yeah,
so
I got you. It was
white and the straw was clear.
So you were drinking through it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It wasn't on the top. You know what I mean? It was wrapped around there.
Yeah.
But when I had my glasses, I realized, I'm like, why is there an arrow on here? And then I look at it, I'm like, oh, and it peeled around. It peeled off. It was the protective coating.
Right.
That I've been drinking out of.
That you sucked right through.
For 3 weeks.
For 3 weeks. That's some good sucking action, I would say.
Well, it was on the outside.
Just say it.
It was in my mouth. Mm-hmm. Isn't it ridiculous?
It kind of reminds me of when there are certain things that you peel off, like electronics or appliances or whatever. And sometimes people actually keep them on, right? Because they don't want to damage it. But there are other times when they keep them on, but
because they don't know they have to come
you
off.
don't know that it has to come off.
Right. I had a homeowner think that the oven was blue. Oh. And it was the protective coating because it was brand new.
Right. Yeah, that's why I know on appliances. I think that they have changed it to be because clearly that's not what it's supposed to be.
Right. And then also there was an older person that I went in the room and they were saying they were having a hard time reading the clock. It's because the clock had 1200 printed on the film and then the real numbers were lit up behind it. And I was like,
That's funny.
This was so many years ago. And
that's funny. That's thing. Right. That's like buying a picture frame with a family in it, thinking that.
Yes, exactly. But I did the same thing. I had a senior moment.
Yeah, that's funny. No, I can see. I mean,
Can you see it? You saw my straw. You probably thought it was white.
I don't even know if I recall seeing your straw, to be honest. Like investigating it and examining it that close.
So somebody else to put another set of eyes on it. I'm sure it would have been like,
why don't you just take this off?
The straw? Right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I did that. So there's that. What are we talking about today, Kim?
Well, we have some interesting topics to talk about. Actually, just one for today. Yeah. And this is something that we have been discussing recently within our women's Bible study group that we attend weekly, and Tracy is our table leader for it.
For discussion.
Yes, for discussion. It's great. We love it. We absolutely love it. Right now we are in the book of James, and it's amazing. And for those of you that are familiar, which I was not, so this is new to me, there's a lot of things that he calls out, right? And one of the things was, for lack of better words, the taming of your tongue, our tongue, and basically our words that come out of our tongue,
and
right?
How difficult it can be
and
to
how
tame the
right
tongue.
And so of the kind words that come out of our mouths that we're supposed to be saying, and then at the same time, not kind words,
right.
I mean, there's expressions, right? Like, do you kiss your mother with that mouth? Yeah. Whatever that looks like. It's the same thing, right? And it is very interesting, and we wanted to talk about this because it just is all encompassing, I think, for everyone. And I think every single one of us can remember a situation that we've either said the words that we wish we could take back, or we have received words that were really hurtful from someone that we probably care about, right? Have a relationship with. I think it's easier to, maybe brush off words from a stranger or someone we don't know, but someone that we actually care about, it can be very hurtful, and it can stay with us for a really long time.
Right.
So,
yeah, I think it's a really good topic. I think this is going to be a good, reminder. And also, watch to the end, because we have a challenge for our listeners.
Oh, do we?
We have a challenge.
Oh, I love a good challenge.
Good.
I love a good challenge. So we talked about, saying something that you wish you could take back, right? You say it, and you're like, you just want to reel it back in, and you can't, right? So now you either have to be, in a triage mode, right? Because you've probably said something that you shouldn't have said, and it probably hurt someone. So, but one of the things that we've looked at is, why are our words so powerful? Because it's you just say them, and you really don't even think about them. And I think that's, part of what we're discussing, right? Is to be very intentional, right, with our speak, and to actually think before we speak.
Which is also
right
in James.
That is also in James.
Be quick to listen,
and
slow to speak.
Yeah.
And I remember saying, I was younger, but I remember saying to people, my stance on words is, I don't think words should have that much power. Any word you could think of, N-word,
Sure.
F-word,
Yeah.
things like that, right?
Okay.
I don't think you should give them that much power. But the thing is that it's not that, it's that when they're received, how they make that person feel, right?
Right.
So.
Well, even what we've discovered is that negative words are actually processed by the brain as a threat. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's science.
It is science.
So
we do love science.
We do love. I love science. Yeah. Science is amazing. So it's interesting how you would think why do we give all of this power to these small words or bits and pieces? But it's the brain that actually takes it
so much,
as a threat.
I didn't read your notes, Kim. That actually makes so much sense.
So
yeah.
Think about it. We can either build someone up and bring up your confidence, or you can tear them down in an instant.
Right.
So, I don't know. I think it's very interesting. And I really think that we all need to just kind of think before we speak, right?
For sure.
Or the old adage that our mothers said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Don't say anything at all.
Right? I mean, so, I don't know.
I agree.
But, be that as it may, it's really hard sometimes, right? When you're in the heat of it, the thick of it, and this is more on negative words, right?
Right.
Words come out fast because things are happening, right? And then you think about it. So, I feel like there are a lot of times, especially when there's emotion and not facts, right? We just carelessly speak these words.
Or when we're selfish, we say something to make ourselves feel better, like calling someone a name or saying something like that's because I want to feel better, so I'm going to do this.
Yes.
I think that is also a reason why people say things, and it's just because you're not thinking it all the way through, Well,
and the other thing that we've talked about is when individuals say hurtful things, and I think this is probably more on a consistent basis.
Okay.
Hurt people say hurtful things.
Yeah.
And I remember talking about this with the boys growing up, and it's the old adage. I'm bringing back all these old adages because we grew up this way of never judge a book by its cover, right?
Right.
You don't know what someone's going through, right? And as much as they may be a jerk, whatever, and, maybe bullying, I mean, it still exists today. It existed when we grew up, when our kids were there, but now it's social media, right? And we didn't have that, right? Our kids growing up, I would say, didn't have as much of it as it is now, right? And it's just, I can't believe some of the things that, I'm going to say kids, right? Because they're under the age of 18, say to each other.
And now you could, something on social media when you're not even at school, you can get kicked out of school. You can get arrested, all that kind of stuff. It's just, the bullying that happens online where you think it's not a big deal, go do this to yourself or blah, blah.
Right.
Like, you could go to jail for that now. You can get arrested for it,
Well, because unfortunately, the person receiving those words takes that so close to the heart, and that's why we're talking about pausing and thinking before we say something. And let's be clear, the people that we probably say the most hurtful things to are the people that we love and care about the most. I mean, I know there are things that I have said to my husband, to my children, that, weren't the nicest, right?
And you still don't, even though they're in your family, you still don't know what they're going through.
Yeah.
I've also learned that along the way, too. You still don't know what kind of day they had or what somebody else said to them or the stress that they had. It's just because it's not a stranger to you doesn't mean you don't know everything. So obviously being kind is always the best, but holding your tongue and just not being hurtful. And the Bible is talking about it like the rudder to the boat. It's a small, the tongue
or the
is
bridle
small,
to,
but boy, does it guide where you're going and what you're doing.
The tongue is very small compared to the rest of you, but is extremely, extremely powerful. And, when the person says these words, says the words, they just disappear, right? And again, it's the person receiving those words. Those words, I mean, think about it. Think about when you're growing up. These words might have been spoken to you, I mean, for us Gen Xers, 40 years ago.
Right.
Right? And you remember them like it was yesterday.
Yes.
Yes. And just think of either, if they were positive, that's amazing. Mm-hmm. But if they were negative, how you've held on to that for 40 years.
Yeah.
That's why we are in therapy.
Right.
So, I mean,
that's why there's
let's be clear.
Because
so
people don't get over stuff.
Right.
Exactly.
So one last thing I'll just say about us trying to pause first, right? So they talk about the toothpaste principle. Mm-hmm. And this is interesting, and maybe our friends have heard about this before, but once, you squirt the toothpaste out of the tube onto your toothbrush, you can't put that toothpaste back in the tube. It's there. It's out there.
It's a good analogy.
It's out there. And words are the same way.
Yeah.
Once you say it, you cannot take it back. You could apologize.
Right.
But they're there, and they're gonna stick. They're gonna stay. Apologies matter, but it's not gonna take that away.
Yes. And the other great analogy that we heard on Tuesday when we were studying this is the one of the women leaders that was speaking on this. She was saying that she did this exercise with her children.
Yes.
Where they got together, and now I'm sure her kids were young.
Yes.
They got together and they made a picture of a man, and they drew together, and and
just a little cutout. Exactly.
Like this big piece of paper with this, and then as an analogy, they said bad things and they tore a piece off of this picture. So it ended up with, they said something negative about what he was wearing or how he was and all this stuff. And so they said things and then they tore a piece of paper and then they had all these pieces of paper at the end.
Yeah.
And they said, now let's put this man back together.
With tape.
So then they said, you're a good person. I like how you make me laugh.
Right. I'm really sorry I said this to you.
Apologetic. Exactly. But what they realized is even though they taped the man back
put him back together,
he didn't quite look the same as what he did before they spoke the negative words. I thought that was great.
It is actually mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And it's a great analogy because just think about like what we were just talking about.
Exactly.
You can apologize.
Right.
Okay? And people will accept your apology. Right. And it's wonderful, right, to do that, and you both can move on. But the fact of the matter is you said it, and those words are there.
And that person may not be the same again. Right.
They
because of it.
They hopefully, depending on the kind of words they were, you can move forward, especially if it's, a partner or a child or, something like that. But it's going to shape them into, something that they weren't before you said the words.
Right.
That's all. So,
well, on the flip side of that, your words can make someone's day.
Absolutely.
Right? So
absolutely.
Your words can be used to build someone up. And that is also what we learned.
How fun is that?
It's like magic.
Yeah.
It's like science, where obviously a negative word could be seen as a threat. Think about if you can compliment someone, if you can encourage someone, if just saying, I believe in you. I was watching Jesse Jackson just passed away.
Yes.
And there were a lot of people just even that waited in line just to be a part of his memorial, and they were interviewing people. And then actually some people that were, actually gave speeches at his memorial. And he was really known for getting eye to eye with children and saying, you are somebody.
Yeah, you matter.
You are somebody. You may be black. You may be poor. You may not have the same...
right.
But you are somebody.
Yeah.
And these are grown men that have gone... They encountered him as a young person. And then they held on to those positive words. And
probably for 40 years. Right, exactly. Yeah.
And so it was story after story after story.
That's wonderful.
About that. And that's a great example about what we're talking about, how you can use your words to brighten someone's day. And it could be a stranger. Sometimes it's easier to compliment a stranger, honestly.
Well, and we've talked about this, about, I think these were earlier podcasts about, trying to compliment, someone every day or compliment 3 people that you don't know, whether it's an outfit you like or they have a great smile or, whatever that looks like.
Right.
Like, it's just so easy to do. And think about it. When you receive a compliment from someone you don't know, like, oh, I love that, shade of lipstick you're wearing or your shoes are so cute. I do.
I complimented your butt today.
Yeah, thanks.
Like 20 minutes ago. I got
she did.
Such a nice butt.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that.
Also, it's not just complimenting, but also saying thank you.
Yeah.
And I have a hard time with this. I have a hard time when somebody...
Yes.
It's usually my children, honestly. But, because being a parent can be a thankless job sometimes. But,
It is, let's just say, it
Yes.
is, especially when you're in the thick of raising your children.
Yes.
It's thankless.
But when you get a thank you
Absolutely.
to anyone you're serving, you're not doing it, you're not doing something nice so they say thank you. But when they say thank you,
Yeah.
to me, that's like,
Yeah.
that's magic for me because
Right.
I then am more likely to probably do it again or something like that because I'm just appreciated. So saying thank you, complimenting someone, being kind,
Or
all of
asking
those
someone,
things.
like, think about how many times, and I know we've done this with the boys, when you're at a restaurant, right,
Yeah.
and your server comes and they ask you how you are, and you're like, I'm great, how are you doing today?
Yeah,
and
right.
some people will say, oh my gosh, thank you so much for asking me.
Yeah.
And then I think, have they never been asked,
Right,
like,
right.
how they're doing today? That's just
Right.
a kind thing to say.
Right.
But it really matters.
Exactly. And then we also, like, how many times we have thought something nice about someone's outfit or their shoes or
Yeah.
the cute socks that you have on or something.
Yeah.
And they haven't said it.
Yes.
You haven't said it. Just you have these thoughts in your head. And we
Yeah.
agree not everything should be said.
Correct.
But if it's positive in your brain and you're looking at the way that somebody looks good in an outfit or the color looks nice or
Right.
earrings, why not just say it?
Do it.
Just say
Do it. Just say it. If you feel it, say it.
You never know how that's
Say
going
it.
to make them feel. Maybe they're having a really
Yeah.
low day.
Yeah.
And it could be someone that you see all the time, your coworker or your spouse or whatever. But
Yeah.
if you think that, hey, your butt looks good in those jeans, like, say it.
Say it. Say it. And I would say, and I know you've seen this, and I'm sure our friends have as well, but you should be treating the person that, let's just say, is the president of a company down to
The same way.
the janitor.
As
Like,
you
and I'm not
right.
dismissing
Treat the
the
janitor
jobs.
the same way
but
as the CEO.
Correct.
Ooh, remember that show?
What show?
Where what was the name of it? Where the CEO of the company came and
he disguised himself. Yes, I do. We watched,
and he was like in the mailroom or in, like, you know what I mean, and he was seeing how people
or like he was
treated.
new, like came in as a boss.
Undercover boss.
Yes, good
Undercover
one.
boss.
Good one, Tracy.
Exactly.
We did that together. That was good.
Good job.
We came up with that.
We don't often remember things like that. So
that was
we're
good.
We're going to take that as a win.
And Maddie and I watched that a lot because I really did appreciate that. And I remember watching it with the boys too because everybody matters.
Everybody matters.
So, and I think the more that you can grow up, understanding and learning that and treating people with respect. I actually have a story that I'll share. I haven't shared it with you, but it was one of these things. This is when I was going into the city every day working, right? And I was taking the train, Metro, right?
Yep.
For those of us that are local, you understand, right? And there are some stops along the way where people will get on or whatever. And I remember there was a gentleman who was not going to the city to work. Mm-hmm. The way he was dressed, his hair was a little messy, disheveled. I wouldn't necessarily say he was homeless, but, probably not going to his...
They call it unhoused now, and I don't know
Unhoused. Why. Okay.
Is that like a PC thing?
Probably, but...
I've heard unhoused a lot.
Okay.
Lately, but I don't know what the right thing is. But I understand.
He wasn't going to his job.
I got that. Yes.
And it was one of those things where, when you're in in the train car and it's like at the end and the seats face each other.
Yeah.
So I was there and he came to sit.
Mm-hmm. So he's facing you.
And it was fine. Like I moved my stuff, whatever. It was busy because you're on the train. Everyone's on the train. And he said something to me, and we chatted and had a conversation. And, of course, I was dressed for work, right? And when we were getting off the train, he said to me, and I will never forget, he said, you know what? I never expected to have a conversation with someone like you. I didn't think someone like you would talk to me. And I was like, at first, I was like, ooh. I don't know how to take that, right? But I took it as something positive.
And you still remember it and you're still talking about it.
I do. This was probably 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It wasn't awfully long ago, but at least 10 years ago, And so, again, it's treating everyone with respect.
Mm-hmm. And unlike that story, I was at the nail place today.
Okay.
And I was getting a pedicure.
Okay.
But the guy that does my manicure was helping someone else, and I was going to him next. So he was finishing up,
Sure.
And this woman was so rude to him.
Really?
She was so rude to him.
Like how?
She was complaining. She got the owner over there, but
Ooh.
it was the whole salon knew, and he was just like taken back and kind of like English not his first language.
Right.
But like trying to help, and she was shunning him. Then somebody stepped in and I was like, and then he came over by me and started doing my nails, and then I, finished up the pedicure, went to say bye, and I just felt like his energy, like,
of course,
because he was like berated in front of,
it's embarrassing. It's awful.
She was a consumer. I get it, but I was so nice to him, just kind of like, how is your day going?
Yeah.
And, the sun's finally out because it was raining all day. And
right.
Finally the sun was out.
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah. And then I also gave him a really big tip because I don't know that she even tipped him because she was really salty. So anyway, I just feel like I have the ability to even try and make up for somebody else's bad words.
Yeah.
And if I can have that opportunity, and I closed a property, yesterday, and I just felt like extra generous. This guy does my nails all the time. I just gave him a little extra money. He was like, "Thank you so much." I was able to hand it to him. He saw what it was. So I just feel like that gesture was, I really, because I saw him being like berated. By this woman.
And that's awful.
It's awful. I don't know that she knew him. I don't know that, you know what I mean? I don't know if she's a regular or if she was just passing through, but she was mean to people that
mean
we're
people
not
suck.
Born here and are just trying to make a living doing nails. Like, anyway. All right. So there's 3 filters before we speak. Okay. So this is like our action, right? So we should, before speaking, you should ask yourself 3 things, 3 filters. Is it true?
Okay.
Is it necessary?
Right.
Because sometimes it is true.
Not necessary.
It was not necessary. And
yes.
then the last one, is it kind? Also, it was not kind. You know what I'm talking about. So, is it true? Yes.
Right.
Is it necessary to say, you guys?
Right.
And is it kind? Because if it's not, don't say it. That's basically not everything that we think needs to come out of our mouth.
Correct.
Is it true?
And it's
is it necessary?
True, necessary, and is it kind? Yeah. I mean, I agree with that, and I really just think the biggest thing, right, is pause. Just pause.
Yeah, it's
before.
Give that filter time to whoop, and even if you're hot about it, it's still okay to have a filter. You can let your temperature come down, and you'll probably get a way better reaction out of someone. We're not saying let people take advantage of you.
Oh, no.
But
no.
But when you're calm and they're calm, you're probably going to get
think about
way
it.
more.
When you do talk, when someone is all hot and heavy and yelling and screaming, and when you talk in a, calm voice, they tend to then bring the temperature down. Right? I mean, we've seen that. We've seen it several times.
So here's our challenge.
Okay.
We should have a sound for our challenge. This is like in Bible study on day 5, they give an action item.
Yes.
They give this is how you take action. So this is how you guys get to take action, okay? So we are going to encourage you to compliment one person a day.
Yeah,
that should be easy.
That should be so easy, so doable.
Compliment one person a day. Encourage someone who seems to be discouraged. So in the week here, it's the 7-day challenge, right?
Okay.
So from now that you're listening to this for another 7 days.
Okay.
Compliment someone every day.
All right.
Find someone to encourage.
Okay. I think we can all do that.
And it could be your kid.
Could be your kid. It could be your spouse. Could be a sibling. It could be a parent.
Be a coworker.
Yeah, it could be anyone.
Yeah, it's not like go look on social media for. This is not like very time consuming. This is like someone.
We all know someone that's going through something.
Just to give them a little encouragement.
Right.
You don't have to say I'm doing a challenge because Besties and Bubbles made me do it. You don't have to do that. Just
no, and in fact, actually, don't.
Take credit for it. Text someone appreciation.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. That was very nice.
Yes. It's so easy.
Text someone because they're going to read that maybe at the time where they really need to like, and I'm a big one. When someone says thank you, they appreciate what I've done.
Yeah.
It just goes a long way. So I don't know if I'm just more sensitive than other people, but it really does affect me. And so that's the challenge. Okay. And then the last thing is speak life into someone that's struggling. Now that's going to be more than just one word.
Yes.
And that's going to be more than just an encouraging phone call. That's like maybe
meeting someone
that is struggling in your life and maybe ask them to go grab coffee with you. Or you stop by. Or you give them a phone call and say, hey, are you busy in 20 minutes? I'm going to be on a walk. How about we get caught up? And you just, sometimes, like we learned last week or whenever this episode was, sometimes listening is better than speaking. So sometimes when we talk about the green and red flags, in that episode, Green Flags, sometimes you have to say like, hey, are you looking for me to give you my opinion or you just want to vent? Sometimes people just need to vent and that could be enough. Or someone's looking for you just to jimmy them along and you might need to, what they call speak life, which makes sense with someone is like, dying inside, right? They're really on the struggle bus.
No, I like that.
Speak life into someone. So, So you never know what someone is carrying silently. Your words could be the only thing that lifts them up that day.
I mean, I love that. And again, we don't know what people are going through. You have no idea. And so I still will go back to hurt people say hurtful things. And we don't know what's going on.
Yeah. So actually, if you could make someone not hurt, maybe they won't be hurting other people.
Right.
That's also
scale. Like they might say something hurtful to you, and you'd be like, "Yo, dude, like what's going on? Like why would you say that?
Yeah.
You know,
instead of reacting in a negative way too. So
right.
Use the filters. Think positive. Think before you speak.
Please.
And also, we would love it if you guys took the challenge. And the challenge being compliment someone every day. Encourage someone that just seems discouraged. Text someone appreciation. I'm thankful for blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then also speak life into someone that's struggling. You all know somebody that's struggling. It could be a kid. It could be someone at your job. It could be someone that's going through a tough time with their family. Yeah,
it could be someone with an illness, a recent health diagnosis that is not great. And, whatever that looks like.
Be the friend that maybe they don't have, in that situation. So that's our challenge to you. And then we have this quote at the end as we wrap up here. Is our words are small, but they're powerful. They can wound and they can heal. And every day we get to choose which one we'll see. So, on that note.
Love it. I love
take
it.
That challenge.
Please
we have been encouraged with our Bible study.
Yes.
And stuff. And so we wanted to kind of share it with you and we, and present this challenge to you. And hopefully, and if you have small kids and you hear them talk negative to each other and stuff like that, we think that drawing that picture of the man, ripping it up as a family, saying bad things and trying to tape it back together and realizing your kids having this visual that once, even though you're saying sorry and you're being positive afterwards, they don't quite look the same. We think that is a great exercise for little kids. I think,
school-aged kids that can actually recognize that. And even for little kids, if they're saying something, it's like, oh, that hurts mommy, makes me cry. I mean, we can teach this at any type level, you know? And it's really to just encourage people to bring more love and
to be mindful.
Goodness into the world. And yes, to be mindful and actually just recognize how powerful our words are.
Yes.
That's really what we want.
The tongue.
Yeah.
We're into it. We're trying to do better, as always.
Yes.
So thank you for being on this journey. I feel like Prince. It's a journey called life. But thank you
Dearly
for being
beloved.
on this journey. Dearly beloved. Yes. So thank you for joining us, and we hope you accept the challenge. Either way, cheers to you guys. Thanks for watching.
We love you guys.